ducking, dodging. You got to look both ways before you cross the street. Everybody's taking shots at us, Caitlin Clark fans, the Chicago Sky vloggers, the content creators, the Angel Reese content creators are firing at us nonstop. We got to keep our head on a swivel, y'all. We got to keep our head. It's a bum and needs to be fired. That's what's going on. Did y'all see the interviews today? Sophie Cunningham just exposed Stephanie White. Flat out exposed.
Sophie Cunningham just dropped a reality show level plot twist, except no one saw it coming and nobody signed up. She didn't just stand up for Caitlin Clark. She body-checked Stephanie White's entire coaching reputation with cold, hard receipts, unapologetic attitude, and a stare that practically shouted, "Yeah, I said it." So what sparked this scorched earth moment? And why does the WNBA suddenly feel like a group project where everyone stopped showing up? Buckle up. The tea is hotter than the Fever's bench getting subbed in at crunch time.
Stephanie White, in her post-game interview, confirms the team looks the best when the ball is in Caitlin's hands, when she is the main decision maker, and everything revolves around her. Yet for some strange reason, in the Valkyries game yesterday, after witnessing that in real time, Stephanie White decides to change things up, slow the things down, take Caitlin out the game, and she complains that the team suddenly loses focus.
The reason fans flood arenas in clashing merch, screaming like it's a revival tent and not a basketball game, has nothing to do with some perfect five-player lineup. It's the Caitlin system. Correction, Caitlin is the system. You could stick 5 traffic cones in Fever jerseys around her and it'd still be a sellout. Because let's be real, no one's paying to watch textbook backdoor cuts or picture-perfect screen assists. They are paying to see Caitlin. Full stop.
Cunningham went on the record to basically say what I've been saying and everyone else. Give the damn ball to Caitlin. Whatever offense we running right now, it is not working. You have to give the ball to Caitlin and let Caitlin do what Caitlin has to do. Now, we done seen this formation time and time again. Now, I know some people might want to say Caitlin Clark was off the ball somewhere at Iowa. She was a little bit in years past.
Call it what you want, but this isn't a team sport when the entire ecosystem orbits one gravitational force. This is basketball theater. Caitlin's the star, the director, and the one ripping tickets at the door. And right into the middle of this beautiful chaos steps Sophie Cunningham, part hooper, part walking soundbite, and full-time truth cannon. Subtlety? Never met her. And thank God for that.
Rough time being an Indiana Fever fan right now. Things is getting real crucial. It's real serious. We're almost 20 games into the season, and we are below 500. This is embarrassing. I would have, at the beginning of the season, I would have bet you my last breath. I would have bet my life, my house, everything, that there was a 0% chance that we would be under 500 19 games into the season. This is crazy.
Sophie's not here to play diplomat. She's not angling for a gig at League HQ, and she's definitely not interested in keeping the good vibes only crowd comfortable. She speaks in high definition, with the precision of a buzzsaw let loose in a dollhouse. People don't get uneasy around her because she's loud. They get uneasy because she tells the truth like it still owes her rent. Ask Sophie a question, and you won't get a canned quote. You'll get a fireworks display followed by a TED Talk.
Watch a 19-point loss, Caitlin Clark's return, in which, since this is a lady we're talking about, it looks like Stephanie White has spaded Caitlin Clark, for lack of a better way of putting it. If it was a dude, I'd say neutered, but, you get my point. She has taken away Caitlin Clark's greatest asset, which is the creator and instigator.
Sophie's got that rare superpower, actually believing what she says and saying it out loud. In an era where media-trained athletes whisper safe cliches like they are reading bedtime stories, she's basically skydiving without a parachute and nothing but raw confidence to break the fall. Naturally, the faint of heart clutched their pearls when she dropped her 2 cents, more like $200.00, on which cities deserve WNBA expansion teams. Gasp a player, with opinions, speaking them, into a microphone. How dare she rattle the echo chamber of Bay's interviews and press-approved talking points? Sophie wasn't here to play league politics. She rolled the dice, flipped the board, and called out that the whole game was rigged anyway, and that's the charm. Sophie's not auditioning for Miss Congeniality. This isn't branding. It's basketball IQ. Because anyone with a pulse and a clue can see it. Caitlin is the system, and the rest of the league is out here fumbling the instruction manual. There's no universe where she should be playing like she's being punished for inventing the three-point line. And the only thing more awkward than her current usage? Watching refs try to explain a tech foul without accidentally breaking into interpretive dance.
The post-practice interviews had this to say.
I think that everyone saw that. We kind of got some flow when Kate was hurt and our offense was clicking. But now we have to have a new offense when she's in there because she just brings that much to the game, and so we have to adjust. And I think all of us just want it now. We know
we had some flow. But when Caitlin's here, we need to play a different style because she's that great. That is what Sophie Cunningham just said.
Instead of building the offense around a once-in-a-generation phenomenon, they are treating her like a scheduling conflict, something to be cautiously integrated, pending bureaucratic approval. Caitlin's not a role player. She's not a project in development. She's the blueprint, the headliner, the pyrotechnic finale before the lights cut out. And Sophie? She doesn't do diplomatic doublespeak. She doesn't have the patience for legacy coaching hierarchies still acting like it's 1997. She sees a star being dimmed, on purpose, and says, nope, not on my watch. Not because she's rude, not because she's reckless, but because she's real in a league that still clings to its filters. Sophie says the quiet part out loud. The stuff buried in group chats and sideline eye rolls. She's airing it live. She questions the choices others tiptoe around as strategy. She calls out coaching adjustments that look less like basketball plays and more like confused yoga poses on a bad streaming connection.
Yes, but when Caitlin Clark has become the Caitlin Clark we loved and we've grown to see, Caitlin Clark has the ball in her damn hands, bro. Caitlin Clark has the ball in her hands, and she said verbatim herself that they run a read and react offense. You know what that is? The ball's in Caitlin's hands. Now, there has been a large speculation that Caitlin Clark pretty much wants to go to New York and play with Sandy Barnadello in the game.
Strip away the buzzwords and bloated game plans, and here's the truth. The Fever got the keys to a Ferrari and decided to use it for a grocery run. Caitlin Clark's generational talent is being squandered like Wi-Fi in the middle of a forest. You don't draft a once-in-a-lifetime player just to park her in the corner while someone else fumbles a post-up that ends in a missed layup and a full arena exhale of disappointment. You let her cook. You step aside, hand her the spatula, and watch the brilliance unfold. But somehow, Sophie is the controversial one for noticing this out loud. Not the coaching staff running an offense that looks like it was drawn on a cocktail napkin mid-turbulence. Not the decision-makers treating an elite shooter like a second-string placeholder. No, the real problem, apparently, is Sophie daring to say the Emperor's robes aren't real. All she did was voice a preference, and half the timeline acted like she insulted their grandmother's casserole. It's expansion talk, not the Hunger Games.
I don't care about the rest of what she has to say. It's going to sound good, I'm sure. It's going to be her refusing to take accountability, I'm sure. It's going to be her putting the onus on the players, I'm sure. Not owning up to her, I'm sure. But what she said right there, other than 2 5-minute spurts, the team lost focus, didn't pay attention to detail, so on and so forth. That is her not realizing that she's accountable for what transpired.
What Sophie gets, and what too many still won't say out loud, is that this league only thrives when the product is undeniably great. And right now, that product sells when Caitlin Clark touches the ball. Not when she vanishes for 10-minute stretches like she's been grounded by the coaching staff. If fans are buying jerseys and packing arenas for one player, maybe, just maybe, the offense should revolve around her a bit more than the bench rotation revolves around folding chairs. Nobody's showing up to watch the Fever run outdated sets that confuse motion with progress. No one's tuning in for offensive possessions that feel more like group therapy with no resolution. They are here for fireworks, deep threes, swagger that makes even the opposing fans stand up and clap. And sometimes, the truth just needs a microphone and a little bit of attitude. Enter Sophie Cunningham. Right when things couldn't get any spicier, she drops the line, players on their own islands. Like this is some tropical cruise, not a professional basketball team. The WNBA, or at least the Fever, suddenly looks like Survivor, Indiana edition, where trust is a myth, chemistry is folklore, and everyone's too busy paddling solo to realize the boat's taking on water.